Looked right there like the Eagles were not on the same page. They had guys running in and out and pointing and saying who's where and, you know, where are things supposed to be, and then they played defense like they just lined up. It just, you know, nobody was where they had to be.
First down at the 26-yard line. There's Stubbs, who's starting this half for Fuller, who was shaken up in the last play of the first half. Play fake to Kaufman, Hostetler, and trying to go underneath to Kaufman out of the backfield, but it was off his fingertips.
And a nice job by Mark McMillan outside on Tim Brown. They were going to try to stop and go, and a little bit of a stutter, and they were looking for McMillan to bite on the stutter. And Brown takes the stutter, but McMillan never bites. See this right there? He anticipated perfectly and stayed with the coverage, and that forced the underneath throw by Hostetler.
The Eagles scored 17 points in the first quarter. The Raiders 17 in the second stanza. It is 2nd and 10. Hostetler keeping the ball in the air. Intended for Tim Brown. He is defended downfield by McMillan again.
Boy, that is a competitive guy, that Mark McMillan. He's not a real big guy at all. In fact, he's a tiny guy. He's only 5'7", about 155 pounds. But I think his heart is about 145 of those pounds. I mean, that guy just plays on desire. He stays in there. He hangs tough. He's a great reader. The one thing that he does is he'll jump a route. And some teams try to take advantage of that with the double moves.
Good coverage. That was Ismail, the intended receiver on that play. It'll be 3rd down and 10. And again, the Eagles might have jumped. Hostetler looking for help. This may be a free play for him, and he dives shy of the first down by about a yard. Eric Zomalt, who is pressed into play with the injury to Michael Zordich, who inactive today with a groin injury, and the penalty is against the Philadelphia Eagles.
And that came from the interior. Again, you almost have to be brain dead to not see that ball. I mean, how can you jump offside with the ball right in front of you?
That's happened all day.
By the defense, number 96. 5-yard penalty.
That was Mark Gunn.
Now, so much of what happens inside is anticipation, and you're going off a movement, but when you're a down tackle and the ball's right in front of you, man, you're the first guy who sees that. You can't jump.
It's happened more than once to Mark Gunn today.
Well, he does it again. He won't have many more opportunities to jump.
3rd down and 5, and the word on William Fuller is that it's doubtful that he'll return to the action. Ball at the 21 in Philadelphia. Hostetler with time, and the pass is caught by Darrell Hobbs. His 5th catch of the game, and that'll be good enough for a Raider first down. Derek Frazier doing all he can against a taller receiver, defending on the play.
Frazier had good coverage, but Hostetler had good time to throw this football. They tried to run the stunts up top. Nice job by Jenkins. Nice job by Skrepenak. And that allows him to step up. Now, here's what I want you to watch. I want you to watch Hobbs come back to the football. He knows where the ball is. See how he goes back and gets it? When he comes back, that gives enough separation between he and Frazier to make the catch.
Coming into the game, Hobbs had 5 catches for 66 yards. He's caught 5 today for 70 yards. And a first down at the 11-yard line. And Harvey Williams tripped up, but again, the second effort gets him to the 10.
William Thomas in the tackle.
And that's that old counter OT that Joe Bugle brought with him from Washington and then to Arizona and now here. And I think the one addition that's been a really great addition for the Raiders, and Jimmy Johnson talked about it in the pregame, is Joe Bugle. Joe Bugle has brought back some pride to that offensive line, which I think has been missing for a while.
He is a Raider in his character, isn't he?
He's whatever he has to be, knowing Joe Bugle.
2nd down and 9. Hostetler from the 10-yard line going for the end zone, and it is out of bounds to Tim Brown. He did not have both feet in bounds, but it was a fine pass by Hostetler in a crowd in the corner.
Well, the ball's up. He's got to get both of those things down. There's one and there's none. He has 1 foot down. That's a nice call.
3rd and 10.
See, the 1 foot comes down, the left one's in, and the right one's out. Nice protection up front again by the Raiders. The only way they've been getting any pressure, the Eagles, has been by blitzing.
Hostetler, 2 interceptions, but 4 passes have been dropped. It'll be 3rd down and 9. Haas, incomplete, going for Darrell Hobbs. And that will
Good
send
coverage.
the kicker onto the field. Once again, the Eagles have done a good job.
They're doing a very good job of tight coverage inside the red zone. Nice job by Derek Frazier. He comes up, he plays it tight. You know you have to give, but you don't give that much. And then you have to anticipate and break stuff down here. So you break on that ball, and that thing has to be thrown because of the coverage, low and outside because of the coverage of Frazier.
Cole Ford, who has succeeded on a 35-yard field goal in the first half. This is a 27-yard attempt. The kick is good, and the Raiders have taken the lead for the first time today by a score of 20-17. On Ronnie Dixon's right knee over on the Eagle bench as their defensive line quickly becoming depleted. William Fuller went out with a hamstring pull. Unlikely he'll come back. It'll be 3rd down and goal at the 7 for the Raiders. Fenner in motion. Hostetler to the end zone. Touchdown to Derek Fenner. Seven-yard toss to Derek Fenner. His 2nd touchdown catch of the year, and the Raiders add to their lead.
A lot of time to throw this ball, but look, at the end, he showed the toughness of Hostetler. See, just hold. Now he takes the shot. Not that bad. But a good job at the end. See, fine, this is too wide open. There's got to be a breakdown inside in that coverage to let Fenner out there.
Raiders cash in on the fumble and the recovery by McLaughlin, so they have capitalized on both Eagle turnovers today. And Cole Ford for the extra point. It is good. And so the Oakland Raiders, who at one point were trailing 17-0, have stormed back and have scored now 27 unanswered points. And there's a flag on the field. So let's keep it here, a flag down. And they're going to mark it off, of course, after, I think, on the ensuing kickoff. Here's Ed Hockley, the referee.
Offsides by the defense, number 54, lined up in the neutral zone. The point is good. The 5-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. 3 minutes.
So a 5-yard penalty coming up. 3:48 to go in the 3rd. Raiders lead the Eagles 27-17. That was a 6-play, 46-yard drive, capped by the touchdown pass, Hostetler to Fenner, and the big play was the throw to the tight end, Andrew Glover, for 24 yards. But it all started after the Cunningham fumble. Delvin Martin is back. Cole Ford kicking off. Martin back along with Charlie Garner. And it's a kick that bounces, picked up by Garner. Runs into his own man and is dropped at about the 26-yard line. Mike Morton gets credit for the tackle.
Remember I said something had to be messed up? Watch right here. William Thomas. Here comes the back in motion. This back is going to try to clear this zone and open us up inside. Puts Frazier right here on an island. Or rather, right down here. And so he's got to run through that zone all the way. When he drops him, see, there's already a guy up here covering. When he drops him, that puts the pressure back on Frazier, and at the end of that, Frazier turns and looks at him and says, "What the heck are you doing?"
There's Thomas, who made some good plays against runs so far today. It'll be 1st down on the 27-yard line. Eagles now trailing by 10. Cunningham's pass, and it's knocked down. And a good defensive play in the secondary by Albert Lewis. And right now, for McDonald's game break, let's return to James Brown in our Hollywood studio.
Dick, the Giants exploded offensively today, led by Rodney Hampton's career-high 4 rushing touchdowns as the Giants spanked the Saints 45-29. Take it back to Oakland, Dick and Matt.
Somebody had to win.
Yeah, somebody had to win, and whenever you get a New Orleans defense like they have, who's so small up front, you just pound it with Rodney Hampton.
And that's what they did today. Second down and 10 on the draw play. Ricky Waters. And the Raiders trying to tear the ball out. It was Mike Jones going after the ball, but a gain nonetheless of 9 yards for Waters. Hostetler and Brown talking over passing routes on the sideline.
9-yard gain. 3rd and 1.
It'll be 3rd down and 1. Waters has gained 41 yards on 11 carries. Two tight ends with 3rd and 1, and here's Waters. He goes outside, 1st down, beating Eddie Anderson, who pushes him out of bounds in Raider territory.
Eddie Anderson.
That was a 17-yard gain by Ricky.
Well, you know, and you need everybody on the same page where this happens. And then, you know, you have a wide receiver, 86, you keep him in tight. And he's got to do a good job of blocking. He does a great job on Joe King, 31. He just stuck his face in there, holding up to the outside, which allowed Waters to be able to bounce. See that hold that he got away with? See, it's not called. It's not a penalty.
Well, you saw Barnett on the block. He's caught only 1 pass today. Fred Barnett for 12 yards.
He needs to catch more balls up the field.
Charlie Garner into the game to give Waters a breather is stopped by McLaughlin trying to go up the middle and a pickup of only 2.
Yeah, I think what happened was when Ray Roach came in with John Gruden, the offensive coordinator, and they said we're going to put this offense in. They said, okay, you know, you take Fred Barnett. He's going to be Fred Barnett is going to be Jerry Rice. But what they found out was that Fred Barnett is not the same kind of receiver in terms of quick start-stop movements. He's not one of those guys who's in and out. He's a straight line guy, more of a stiff guy, and he's got to make most of his plays down the field.
On 2nd and 8, Cunningham pumps once, tipped and intercepted by Rob Fredrickson. And Fredrickson returns the interception. That is the 3rd turnover by the Eagles. Each side has committed 3, but the Raiders lead it by 27-17.
That's a terrible throw by Cunningham. That was a force. He tried to throw it in too tight. You can't go where he wants to go. He stayed on the receiver the whole time, so he never came off it. You can't do that. It is. And then after the interception, you know, Cunningham gets over there trying to make the play. He's lucky he didn't get hurt. I mean, look, he just gets drilled in the back by Pat Swilling.
Well, the Raiders in Eagle territory. Last week, both Oakland touchdown drives started in Kansas City territory. They're on the 48. Hostetler has had all day. Hits Tim Brown. Very near to a 1st down.
They say make that bad throw and you get over there and everybody's kind of down. It kind of leaves you alone, but you see one guy who came over just to talk to him and he kind of console him a little bit was Ray Roach, and the head coach. And if the head coach comes over and tells you something, you know, you kind of listen.
That's the psychology head coaches have to use, when to pick up a guy and when to slap him.
Even though you want to slap him, you pat him on the back.
2nd and 1, Harvey Williams, 1st down.
Harvey Williams up the middle.
Rodney Peete, we mentioned, loosening up just in case. Ray Rhodes says that I'm going to use 2 quarterbacks, and he did against the Arizona Cardinals when he brought Peete in the 2nd quarter. And Peete engineered the victory over the Cardinals 31-19 for the Philadelphia's only win of the year. 1st down on the 35. Turnovers are 3 and 3, but the Eagles have coughed it up here in the 2nd half. Hostetler loses the ball, and Andy Harmon recovers for Philadelphia.
Recovered by Philadelphia.
Well, let's see if Rodney Peete comes in or Randall Cunningham.
Now, Peete did not warm up, and it's going to be Rodney Peete. So he was loosening up for good reason. And Randall Cunningham has gone to the bench. And Rodney Peete is going to come in for the 3rd time this year.
Well, this one just looked like it popped out of his hands. You get the blocking, he steps up inside. Nice job by Gogan. And then it just squirts right out of there. It's the old watermelon seed.
So Rodney Peete was in with Detroit and Dallas. That's his numbers over a 7-year